Are you currently running pay-per-click ads and not tracking your keywords? If so, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Aaron Farrell with Sellers Arena, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can go about setting up tracking on your keywords that you're targeting in your pay-per-click ads, or just, organic keywords in general. So that way you can really start to see the impact of different advertising or marketing efforts that you're making and really start to quantify how your progress is being made. So stay tuned. All right, so starting off on Amazon, just wanted to basically pull up a sample product. So I went ahead and searched in top here, ring alarm. But after I pull this up, you can see there's many different keywords that this could potentially rank for. That's essentially in the title, probably even more inside of the description and bullet points. But just taking a look at a very high level here, it says ring alarm, some variation of alarm, home security system, professional monitoring, something with Alexa potentially. Let's look at some other keywords that might be indexing here. Home security, ring alarm, do-it-yourself alarm system, but yeah, so on and so forth. Really, there's going to be a multitude of keywords that basically are indexed through this particular listing, given all the different information that they've included on this listing, which, if you don't know, Amazon actually owns rings, so if you're seeing a little bit more than normal or better optimization than normal, that's probably why. So the next thing that we're going to want to do, so you can actually do this in Helium 10 as well, but for ourselves and our agency right now, we're using mostly ZonGuru, and there's a reason for that, because basically when we drop in this ASIN, you'll see. So I'm just going to go here, and this is going to be the ASIN. Right click, go to copy. Then I'm going to head over to ZonGuru, and before actually adding this in here, I just want to kind of go over a product that we're tracking currently for one of our customers. And essentially I've got to block out the keyword data because it's, more sensitive data and also product information. But what I'd like you to really focus on here is the overall search volume. So you can see right here, this one's 10,718 searches per month. We've got 8,195 searches per month for the next keyword down, 7,871 for the third keyword, and so on and so forth. But it's basically descending from highest to lowest. And we can take a look here on this first keyword. This is our 30-day trend. So what's interesting here on this chart is that actually the further back you are on the actual ranking, the lower the chart is, but the closer you are to the front of the page, the higher the chart is. So back on March 3rd, which currently it's March 17th, so just about 14 days ago, we were actually position 106 on this, and we've been running a lot of PPC traffic to it. And you can see just over a few days, we've jumped up, to 118, 120, still on page 3 in that particular instance, but then boom, on March 11th, jumped up to page 2, position 77, 81, and then now we're currently at position 66 on page 2, increased a little bit more here on March 15th, and then it dropped off a little bit, but from 58 down to 100. I think there was a buy box issue on this, so we had a hijacker on here that we are trying to get rid of. They only have a few more units in stock, and the client knows about it. So essentially, once that's gone, we should continue to rank. But as you can see, just within this time frame from February 21st to March 17th, almost a month, we've had a plus 13 position change, and that's just on the 87. That's not including, when we were at our highest peak, which was at 58. And that's for a keyword that has over 10,000 searches every single month. So a lot of people like to look at PPC in the short term. They're like looking at, okay, how much am I spending? How much am I returning? And just solely focusing on their ACoS, where in reality, if you're running paid ads, if you're running PPC on Amazon, it should be more of a long-term play. Like, you're not just going after the paid traffic, you're actually also trying to organically start to rank. So that way, every time someone searches searches for your main keywords, you're going to be closer and closer to the first page, and then eventually hit the first page by continually running paid traffic and also making sure that you're converting on the keywords that you're targeting. That's another important factor, because Amazon will help rank you based on your overall conversions on these keywords. So that's another reason, as well, that in this particular instance on some of these keywords, we continue to increase our position. But optimization is definitely important. Before starting to do this, maybe running some A/B split tests on Amazon to see which photo works best for your products. Also just investing in your listing, having good photos. This particular listing has really good photos. They've got really good EBC and A+ content. Generally a pretty high converting Amazon listing that we're in conjunction running paid ads to. And it's got a lot of reviews or social proof. So that also helps as well with conversion. If you're starting off with a brand new product, your conversion rate's probably a lot less just because you don't have those established reviews. So even if you're running paid traffic, you're probably going to have a lot harder of a time ranking, especially in today's climate where, they've completely removed the ability to do, before they had the rebate thing, they called it like rank and bank, where you could essentially launch a product, give a bunch away, and essentially give a big rebate. And in turn, people go in and leave you a review on your product and also show that huge sales velocity spike. Or even if they didn't leave a review, you're kind of gaming the system a little bit. But now you've really got to focus on pay-per-click, now that that's against the terms of service, directly listed as against the terms of service, by the way. And then just back to this chart here, we've got another one, the second one with over 8,000. This is at position 76 with a +2. This one's at 99 with a +50, and so on and so forth with the other keywords. But you can see, based on these charts, they're continuing to go up or spike up a lot on the ones at least that are on the positive change and converting really well. But if you want to go in, you can basically go to ZonGuru, and if you don't have a ZonGuru subscription yet, highly recommend you checking it out. And if you're interested in that, I'll put it in the description below, so that way you can try to hop in here and see what you guys think. But as someone that's used Helium 10 and ZonGuru, I like both tools, don't get me wrong, but for this specific feature, I like the ease of use, I should say, on ZonGuru a little bit better than Helium 10. It gives you a little bit more granularity. It makes it easier to add keywords. You have to manually do that in Helium 10, whereas this kind of takes the guesswork out of it. So basically all you have to do is on the left-hand side, when you're logged into your ZonGuru, you'll go to monitoring and alerts, and then you'll click on keyword tracker, and then you'll get this keyword tracker screen. And up here, you're just going to go ahead and paste in your ASIN. You can do multiple ASINs by adding a comma in between. You can add a tag on there as well if you'd like, but then all you have to do is simply hit the add button. ASIN or ASINs have been added. We're gathering data for their best performing keywords. Don't worry, you can delete existing keywords and add your own. Please check back in a minute. So that's the other thing, the other piece that I wanted to highlight on this particular product. Basically, we just added the Ring Alert home security system in our own keyword tracking tool, which, as you can see, we've got up to 500 different products we can track on this one account. It's pulling in and trying to gather based on their keyword data on ZonGuru rather than you having to do the research yourself. They've just gone ahead and taken care of that for you and try to pull in the most relevant, best keywords that you should actually be tracking, the ones with the highest probably search volume, maybe you're converting on, things like that. So yeah, it just kind of takes the guesswork out of adding that initial tracking, and it also basically gives you no excuse now not to do keyword tracking. Now, that being said, once it's gone ahead and generated the keywords, maybe not all of them are going to be the most relevant, or maybe not all of them are going to be the best keywords or the only keywords that you want to actually track. So if that's the case, you can go back in and manually add them after the fact. So don't worry about that if you're going ahead and adding it in. Actually, let me look at right here. It is starting to pull some information here. So first one is home security system. We can see we're position 4 under home security. Come on, Amazon. Don't you own Ring? You should be pushing this up to position 1, right? But yeah, it looks like it's still pulling in more data, and essentially if you wanted to, you could go over to these three dots here on the product after you've went ahead and added the product and it's pulled in its keywords, and you can just hit the plus button and add the specific keyword that you want. So let's say I want to track Alexa device or something like that. I could just do that, hit add, and then it's going to go ahead and try to pull in more, not a very crazy search volume, surprisingly. There might be other keywords like just Alexa or Alexa security or Alexa home security that you might want to add in there just as examples. But yeah, once you've done that, you can kind of set it and forget it. That's one thing you can set and forget with Amazon, is just setting up your keyword tracking and then just monitoring over time what impact you're actually having. And I mean, there's so many other tools inside of ZonGuru where it will even break down how much of your sales are coming in from paid traffic, and then how much of your sales are actually coming from organic. You know, you could be using other strategies to drive external traffic to your listings and try to bump up the rank overall in Amazon that way. I mean, there's so many different methods that you can use to try to bump up your overall organic ranking, but this just kind of gives you a good benchmark to start with, because what can't be measured can't be improved upon. So a lot of times I see people, especially new sellers, they're coming into the space and, you know, they're making all these changes and edits and they're not getting the sales that they're actually wanting. But in reality, they don't even know, or they're not even tracking what they're changing. They just know that at the end result is that they're not getting the result that they want, but they don't really know why that is. So this just adds another level of granularity in your Amazon business, especially thinking long term and brand building, you know, trying to establish your ranking in the search terms so that way you're constantly bringing in sales regardless of PPC. But it's just like icing on the cake really with PPC and Amazon, because they're converting way higher, number one, on Amazon when you're running Amazon ads versus any other ad type, and number two, your money isn't really just going out into the ether. A lot of people see that, especially when they see like 100% ACoS, because they're told in the industry, you know, you want to have a 2% ACoS or something. But in reality, that could just mean that you're hitting the keywords really hard that are your main keywords and ranking up. So you're actually having a huge impact, even though you're not visually seeing it, because you're not going into Amazon searching each keyword and trying to see if you can find your product and marking that down each day, which in essence is what this keyword tracking tool does for you. So no, this has been quite a bit of information. Hopefully you've gained some value from it. And if you have, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to be notified when more videos like this are released. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.